Hey friends, let me introduce you to Wallace D. Wattles, the brilliant author behind The Science of Getting Rich. Did you know that he wasn't always successful? He was born in America and went through some really tough times: stress, poverty, and constant failures. Sounds relatable, doesn't it? But here's the twist. He decided to change his life completely. And here's something powerful he said. If you're not wealthy, prosperous, and healthy, it's because knowingly or unknowingly, you've chosen to stay poor, unsuccessful, and unhealthy. Strong words, right? But don't worry, he also gives us the tools to make the opposite choice. This book was written with one goal: to help every woman and man become rich. And trust me, the teachings in this book are life-changing. The best part? Wattles keeps it simple. Every chapter is filled with practical advice in easy-to-understand language. So, no matter where you are in life, you can apply these lessons and see results. Are you ready to uncover the secrets to building wealth and creating the life you deserve? Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Right to be Rich. Wattles starts this book with a bold and empowering statement. Everyone has the right to be rich. But what does that really mean? When he talks about being rich, he's not just referring to piles of cash or expensive cars. He's talking about living a full and abundant life where you can freely pursue your passions, support the people you care about, and enjoy the freedom that financial security brings. Imagine a life where you're not constantly stressed about money. You have the ability to make choices without worrying if you can afford them. You can take care of your loved ones, contribute to causes that matter to you, and live with a sense of freedom that most people only dream about. That's what wealth can provide. Freedom. Freedom to live life on your own terms. But here's the thing. Many people are brought up with the idea that wealth is selfish, or that it's a luxury reserved for a select few. Wattles shatters that myth. He encourages us to embrace the idea that wealth is not bad or wrong. In fact, he suggests that wealth is actually a tool that can do so much good in the world. When you have wealth, you can create positive change, support others, and lead a fulfilling life. This is a powerful mindset shift. So many of us grow up believing that being wealthy means you must have taken something from others, that it's somehow immoral or unfair. But Wattles flips that thinking on its head. He argues that you have the right to be rich. And not only that, but you deserve it. Let's break it down. The first step to becoming wealthy is to believe you have the right to be rich. That's it. It's as simple as that. So many people fail to achieve their goals because they don't believe they are worthy of success. They feel that wealth is for someone else, not for them. But Wattles teaches us that by believing in our right to be rich, we lay the groundwork for everything that comes after. This belief will be the foundation that supports your journey to wealth. To understand this better, think about this analogy. Believing you have the right to be rich is like planting the seed in the soil. If the soil is fertile and nurtured, the seed will grow. But if you don't believe in your own right to succeed, that seed will never even be planted. Your mindset is the soil that either supports your growth or keeps you stuck in place. By simply acknowledging your right to abundance, you've already started the process. So, the first step is clear. Believe that you deserve wealth and abundance. This mindset shift is what unlocks the rest of your journey. Chapter 2: There is a Science of Getting Rich. Now, let's dive deeper into something Wattles makes clear. Getting rich is not just about working hard or being lucky. It's about understanding and applying a science of wealth creation. And just like any science, there are principles that, if followed correctly, will lead to success. Imagine this. You want to grow a beautiful garden. To make that happen, you can't just randomly throw seeds into the ground and hope for the best. You need to plant the right seeds in the right soil and give them the right care. If you follow the right steps, your garden will grow. It's a process that can be replicated and results in predictable outcomes. The same applies to wealth. There is a specific science behind becoming rich, and if you follow it correctly, wealth becomes a natural result. The science of getting rich is all about understanding the correct principles and applying them consistently. Here's the catch. You can't just wish for wealth. You need to believe that getting rich is possible for you and that there is a clear process you can follow. This is not some abstract dream. It's a practical, achievable goal. Think of it like this. If you wanted to bake a cake, you wouldn't just throw random ingredients together and hope for the best. You'd follow a recipe. You'd need the right ingredients, the right proportions, and the right steps to bake that cake successfully. In the same way, getting rich isn't about random effort. It's about following a clear, proven recipe for success. This science of wealth isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone, and you don't need special intelligence or talent to succeed. What you need is to believe that the process works, and then follow it. You can learn and apply the principles of wealth creation, just like you can learn the science behind any other field of study. The key is to start with the belief that wealth is not just for the lucky or the naturally gifted. It's for anyone who applies the science correctly. And here's the best part. Once you understand and begin following this science, wealth will come naturally. Chapter 3, The Creative Mind versus the Competitive Mind. In this chapter, Wattles introduces a crucial distinction, the difference between a creative mind and a competitive mind. This difference can shape your entire approach to wealth and success. The creative mind, abundance and possibility. A creative mind sees the world as abundant, full of endless opportunities. It focuses on creating more, not fighting for what's already there. Imagine someone who goes to a party with a positive outlook, thinking, there's plenty of food and drink for everyone. I can enjoy myself and share with others. They see abundance and have a mindset of growth and contribution. The creative mind is all about finding opportunities to expand, whether in business, relationships, or personal growth. Instead of thinking, how can I take what others have? The creative mind thinks, how can I add value and create more for everyone? The competitive mind, scarcity and survival. On the other hand, a competitive mind views the world as a zero-sum game. It sees wealth and success as limited, thinking, if someone else has more, then I have less. At a party, someone with this mindset might think, I need to grab as much food as I can before it runs out. They view other people as competitors and constantly feel the need to secure their own share before someone else does. The competitive mind is driven by fear and scarcity. It believes that success is limited and that to win, others must lose. This type of thinking is not conducive to long-term success or wealth because it relies on competition instead of collaboration and creativity. The key to wealth. Adopting the creative mindset. Wattles emphasizes that if you want to build lasting wealth, you must adopt the creative mindset. Focus on abundance, not scarcity. When you do, you'll shift your energy toward creating opportunities, not fighting for limited resources. By focusing on growth, innovation, and adding value, you attract more of what you desire into your life. In the world of wealth and success, abundance is the key to opening doors. A creative mind not only thinks differently, but it also sees possibilities that others miss. When you think like a creator, you start seeing new ways to solve problems, add value, and increase wealth for yourself and others. Chapter 4, How Rich People Think. In the early 1900s, Henry Ford was faced with a challenge that seemed nearly impossible. His goal was to make cars affordable for the average person, but most people couldn't even imagine such a thing. Cars were expensive and only the wealthiest could afford them. Ford, however, saw things differently. At the time, many people told him it was an impossible task. His vision would never succeed. People said, the technology isn't there yet. It's too expensive. No one will ever buy a car at the price you're thinking. But Ford didn't listen to the doubts. Instead, he focused on what could be done, not what couldn't. Ford famously said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. This mindset of seeing possibilities instead of problems was key to his success. Ford didn't focus on the obstacles. He saw challenges as opportunities to innovate. Instead of thinking, it's too difficult, he thought, how can I make this work? He went on to revolutionize the auto industry by introducing assembly line production, drastically reducing the cost of manufacturing and making cars affordable for the masses. His mindset wasn't about fighting against others or worrying about the difficulties. It was about creating something new, and seeing opportunities where others saw limitations. This is the key difference between how rich people think and how average people think. Now, let's break it down. 1. Rich people don't focus on problems. They focus on solutions. Rich people, like Henry Ford, don't spend their time complaining about challenges. Instead, they ask, "What can I do to solve this?" When they encounter an obstacle, they don't see it as a dead end. They see it as a stepping stone to finding a better way. For instance, Ford could have easily given up when people told him it was impossible to make affordable cars. Instead, he asked himself, "What's the solution?" And that led him to the assembly line. 2. They don't see obstacles, they see challenges to overcome. When faced with setbacks, rich people don't give in to frustration. Instead, they embrace the challenge. They know every challenge is an opportunity to grow, improve, and find a better way forward. 3. They create their own reality. Rich people believe they can shape their own future. They know that by taking action and sticking to their goals, they can make things happen. They don't wait for luck or the right circumstances. They create opportunities for themselves through hard work, perseverance, and a positive mindset. So, what can you learn from Ford and other wealthy people? Wattles encourages you to adopt this way of thinking. Stop focusing on your limitations or how difficult things seem. Instead, start thinking about what's possible. Begin to see obstacles as challenges you can overcome. Just like Ford didn't let the doubters stop him, you don't have to let difficulties stand in your way. Shift your mindset to one of abundance and possibility, and you'll start to notice opportunities all around you. The more you change the way you think, the more your life will start to change. Thinking like a rich person, focusing on solutions, seeing challenges as opportunities, and believing in your ability to succeed will move you closer to your goals every day. Chapter 5: How to Use the Power of Thought. Let's start with an interesting story. This one is about Jim Carrey, the famous actor known for his roles in movies like Ace Ventura and The Truman Show. But before he was a household name, Jim Carrey was struggling. He was a young, aspiring actor, living in Los Angeles with little money and a lot of uncertainty about his future. One night, Jim sat in his car, looking out at the bright city lights, and made a decision that would change his life. He wrote himself a check for $10 million. Yes, you read that right. He wrote a check to himself dated for Thanksgiving 1995 for services rendered in a movie. He believed that one day he would make that amount for a film. At the time, he had no way of knowing how he would get there, but he made that check, carried it in his wallet, and visualized his success every single day. Fast forward a few years. In 1995, Jim Carrey received a movie role in Dumb and Dumber, which earned him $10 million, just as he had imagined years before. Was it magic? Was it luck? Or was it the power of his thought? This is exactly what Wallace D. Wattles talks about in this chapter, the power of thought. Jim Carrey didn't just wish for wealth or hope for success. He visualized it. He lived in his mind as though he had already achieved it. He created a mental picture of himself living the life he wanted, and that picture became a driving force in his life. So, what can we learn from Jim's story and Wattles' teachings? 1. Your thoughts shape your reality. The first and most important step to becoming wealthy is to realize that your thoughts are powerful. Wattles explains that whatever you think about consistently will eventually become your reality. If you focus on wealth, prosperity, and abundance, your brain will start noticing opportunities related to those things. 2. Think about wealth constantly. Wishing for wealth is not enough. You have to think about it all the time. Visualize yourself already living the life you desire. Picture yourself in that beautiful home, driving that car, traveling to amazing places, and experiencing the freedom that comes with financial success. The more vividly you imagine this, the more real it will feel to your mind. And your mind will start working on ways to make it happen. Think about it like this. When you focus on something, you are training your mind to recognize it wherever you go. If you've ever decided to buy a specific car and suddenly started seeing that model everywhere, you know what I mean. Your mind begins to focus on that thing, and it starts showing up all around you. 3. Visualize and believe. It's not just about wishing for something and hoping it happens. Wattles emphasizes that you must believe that it is already on its way to you. When you visualize, feel the excitement of already living that life. The belief that it's already happening will attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with your vision. Jim Carrey didn't just write a check, he believed it. He didn't know how it would happen, but he trusted that it would. And that trust, that belief, allowed him to stay focused on his goals, even when things seemed tough. 4. Your thoughts are like seeds. Wattles compares thoughts to seeds that grow into the reality you experience. If you plant seeds of wealth, abundance, and success, you will reap those rewards. However, if you allow negative thoughts, fear, or doubt to dominate your mind, you will start growing a reality filled with lack and limitations. So, start planting the right seeds today. Every day, take a moment to focus on your thoughts. Visualize the future you want to create and feel as though you already have it. Your thoughts will begin to shape the opportunities that come your way, and your life will start to change. Chapter 6. Acting in the certain way. In this chapter, Wattles makes it clear that taking the right action is essential for success. But it's not just any action, it's action with certainty. Thinking the right thoughts and visualizing your success are important, but without action, those dreams will remain just that, dreams. You can't sit back and wait for wealth to magically fall into your lap. Let's illustrate this with a simple example. Think about a gardener who plants seeds in the soil. He waters them, nourishes them, and cares for them with the certainty that they will eventually grow into healthy plants. Now, imagine if the gardener planted the seeds but doubted them every day. He kept thinking, what if the seeds don't grow? Or maybe the soil isn't right. His doubt would prevent him from doing the necessary work and taking the right steps to ensure those seeds bloom. He might even give up too soon. But when you take action with certainty, believing that what you're doing is aligned with your goal, things begin to fall into place. That's exactly what Wattles is talking about when he says to act in a certain way. It's about making decisions and taking steps every single day that move you closer to your goal. Wattles encourages us to take deliberate, focused action. It's not just about doing more things or being busy. It's about acting in ways that are in alignment with your vision for success. Every choice, every effort should reflect the belief that you are already on the path to becoming rich. When you take action with certainty, it creates momentum and results. The power of acting with confidence. Let's use another example to make this clearer. Imagine an athlete who's preparing for a big competition. If they train with confidence, believing that their effort will lead to victory, they will train harder, smarter, and with more commitment. They'll visualize themselves winning, and every practice session will be filled with determination and purpose. But if the athlete doubts their abilities, they may hold back, not giving their all. Their results will reflect that lack of certainty. Wattles is saying the same thing about achieving wealth. If you doubt that your actions will lead to success, you won't be motivated to take the necessary steps. But when you act with certainty, with the belief that your actions are taking you closer to your goal, success becomes inevitable. Stop waiting for the perfect time. One of the most common obstacles people face when they are working towards their dreams is waiting for the perfect time to act. But Wattles teaches us that there is no perfect time to start. The perfect time is now. Waiting for the right conditions or for all the stars to align is a trap. Instead, start now, take action, and trust that your efforts will pay off in time. This doesn't mean acting recklessly or without a plan. It means acting confidently with the knowledge that each step you take brings you closer to your goal. If you keep moving forward with purpose and clarity, success will follow. The key to consistent progress. Taking action with certainty creates consistency. When you act every day with full belief in your ability to succeed, you will start to see progress. Every small step and every action will add up over time. Success is built on consistent, confident actions that align with your vision. Remember, you're planting seeds, just like the gardener. But unlike the gardener who waits and doubts, you need to act with the full belief that your seeds will grow into something amazing. Keep nurturing your vision. Take action and trust that the fruits of your labor will come. The Science of Getting Rich teaches us that with the right thoughts, mindset, and actions, anyone can create a life of abundance and fulfillment. Thanks for watching our video book summary. If you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Your support means the world to us.